So, we got a lot to talk about. What's up, my friends? This is John Berruti from Berruti Success. I'm back. How you doing? It's been a long time. I won't make this one too long, but this is my first episode of 2021. It's been a while since I've talked to you guys. Why has that been? Well, some of you that follow me, some of you that are new to this, some of you that actually pay attention this time I sent you. First, I'll go over what I've been through, why I haven't been on this. Second, I'll explain what the whole point of the channel is. First, some of you know, some of you don't know, I had colon rectal cancer. I was diagnosed with it back in 2019. I went through chemo, I went through radiation. Those didn't work. So I had a special type of colon rectal cancer that was A, aggressive, and B, not too receptive to radiation and to chemo. At first it looked good, but then, it just started growing rapidly again. So my genius doctors, who I am very appreciative of, from Memorial Sloan Kettering, had told me that the only way to treat it at this point was a radical operation. So after them describing to me what exactly it would be, it basically was a life choice, to live literally or to not. If I did opt for the operation, it was a radical operation. So basically they took all of my insides out to get all of the tumor, which has changed my life drastically. But I'm here, I'm very grateful, and they were able to get all of it. So they are calling me cancer-free as of right now, which I am super excited about. The operation was 27 hours. That's right, I said 27 hours that I was under. I wasn't operated on all 27 hours. I think they took a 4-hour break, but it was a radical operation. 6 teams of surgeons. I had some crazy dreams during it that I'll tell you, probably another episode. But it was a long road. So that was October 13th, 2020. I was in Sloan Memorial in Manhattan for over a month. And then I came back to Toms River and I was in a rehab hospital for about another month. And I got home just before Thanksgiving. So I am still recouping. I am able to walk now, which is great, because at first, for the first 2 months, I could not. It was a long battle. But I'm actually walking, driving, and I'm getting better every day. I try to exercise. So my life is great as of this point. I am cancer-free. I'm home with my family, and I'm very fortunate. So the other news that I have is, if you know me, you know I've owned a wholesale bakery, Harvest House, for almost 30 years, and I sold that. And I actually sold that back in 2020, February, right before all of this COVID happened. And the main reason I sold it was because, my diagnosis was not good. To be honest, I wasn't planning on being on this earth. So I had sold a lot of our assets, preparing my family for me not being here. But I'm here, and I'm pretty happy about it. But I had sold the bakery, and I no longer own the Harvest House. I sold that to a different bakery. And so I'm, besides the ice cream store, which we still have, which we are gearing up for season 2021, which is our 15th season. It's amazing. I had sold the bakery, I sold a bunch of properties, and I sold a lot of my assets. So that gets me to the point of, what is this channel? Like, why did I create it? What is Berruti Success? And some of you know, some of you don't know. So Berruti Success was created because originally I wanted to explain to most of my employees that you don't have to have a ton of money to save and to generate money for retirement, right? So in 2020, 2021, there's no pensions anymore. They're not working for, unless you're working for the government, which, I know a lot of people do, but most people work for small businesses. And those small businesses don't offer, like mine, they don't offer pension plans. They don't offer savings plans, unfortunately. They're just trying to survive themselves. So my goal was to explain to my employees and my friends that you don't need that. you can take a small amount of money every week, preferably $50. Now, I know most of you are saying, $50, I don't have it. You do have it. You do. And taking that and putting it into a savings account and then eventually investing it in either real estate or in stocks. I am not a stockbroker. I'm not a realtor. I'm someone that lived for 51 years investing. Went to school at Seton Hall for finance, but, I've been an entrepreneur my whole life. And, my son asked me the other day, I forget why he asked. He had said, Daddy, did you ever live hand to mouth, like paycheck to paycheck? And I'm like, yeah, Giovanni. And he goes, but I don't understand, Daddy. You said you always saved. I'm like, yeah, I did. I always saved. He goes, well, why didn't you just take that savings and be able to pay for things? And I told him, I said, because it was more important for me to save money and have savings for the future than it was to eat today. I didn't need to go to, a restaurant, or I didn't need to, I could eat ramen noodles. I can eat, soup or whatever, or go to McDonald's and get a $1 meal. It was more important for me to save every week than it was to have things, including food, including, listen, I've done well over my life, but, I've had trying times over the 30 years in business, really trying times. And I've always committed that I didn't touch my savings, never. I didn't stop it. Well, I did, that's not true. I did stop it once for about several months, and then I started it up again. But I never touched it, I never pulled from it. I did everything but pull from my savings. And being 51 and having this massive scare of cancer and selling all my assets and a lot of my investments, it proved to me that what I did was right. My family is very comfortable now. We don't have to, I'm going to work, this is part of it. I'm going to try to make this a weekly thing, and I'd love if you guys support me, and I'm hoping to make money at it. I don't know how, but at some point I'd like this to be a new career for me. But that being said, I don't have to work because of my investments, because of all the things that I did to get me to this point. And I'm excited about that. And I want people to know, listen, I didn't come from money. My dad passed away when I was 21. He was 49. Yeah, we had a middle-class life my whole life because my mom and dad had a restaurant. They worked very hard. But my dad passed away, and he was hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. And I refused to have my mother go bankrupt. So I had, the business. I at that time, me and my dad had a business. It was called CC Distributing, and we imported and exported Italian products like olive oils and tomato sauce and stuff. Meanwhile, I was driving a bread truck, and that's how this whole bakery thing got started. And no matter what, I worked every day, and I talked to all the purveyors my dad owed. We didn't go bankrupt. I worked down deals. I said, listen, I can give you nothing in bankrupt, or we can work out deals. And every single vendor, were longtime friends of my dad. So we worked it out. But I didn't go bankrupt. But the point I'm trying to make is that I didn't come from a ton of money. I came from less than a ton of money. I came from negative money. I was 21 and with hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. Was that my debt? No, it was my dad and my mom's debt. But I wasn't going to allow my mom to go bankrupt because I knew what that meant. What I'm trying to stress to you is that no matter how much you have or don't have, how much you want is possible. And it's not hard. It's just as easy as setting up automatic accounts and taking a little bit out every week and doing a little bit without, that's all it is. And is it overnight? No. Is it immediate? No. Is it a long-term plan? Yeah, that's what this whole channel's about, is for me to explain to you my experience. And no matter if you're, some of my friends that I talk to are like, well, we're 50, what are we I'm like, you're 50. Technically, you're going to retire at, 65, 70, right? That's 15 to 20 years away. So that's a lot of time. That's a lot of time that money can make you money, first of all. So no matter what age you are, this is appropriate. If you're young, like my kids or my nieces, the world is absolutely the money that you can have is crazy. It's insane. It really, really is. And I've learned from two very important people. My Aunt Millie, who saved her whole life. She was the extreme. So she saved and didn't do anything. These two people I'm going to talk to about were to the extreme. And you don't have to do that. She was a depression baby. She saved every dime, and she never went on vacation. And and she amassed a large amount. She didn't enjoy it, and like I said, she didn't enjoy life, but saving, you don't have to save to that extent, but she did very well. The other one is my wife's great uncle, Dick Roth, who had just passed, who is a very important person in my life. Always talked about investments with him. And just like my aunt, he was a depression baby, and same thing. He was an investment advisor, but even most investment advisors, they don't always have a ton of money. They spend a lot of money. And Uncle Dickie, again, he put X amount of dollars away every week, and he invested in great companies for long term, and he amassed a great amount of money. And he was a great man, a smart man. And again, you don't have to have a lot to, become a millionaire. You don't. It sounds stupid, but compound interest and investments and stuff, it's not as hard as everybody makes it out. It's funny, a real quick story. A nurse came to the house the other day. I have to get certain things done 3 times a week for now for my treatment, after treatment. So there's certain things that are going on with me that I have to have a nurse come to the house. Long story short, he's in his 70s, and he's still saying, well, because we got talking about, he saw all my equipment in my room, and I was like, I used to do YouTube videos, I'm going to do them again. And he goes, oh, what do you talk about? I say, I talk about investing and that kind of stuff. He goes, oh, I want to invest. And he has some sort of a plan, but he's scared of it. He's always been scared of it. He's 70. Is it hard for him? Yeah, it's going to be hard for him to save an extraordinary amount. Hurricane Sandy wiped him out. Wiped his house out, wiped his house in Florida out. And those are the types of things that can happen. You amass most of your assets or your house that you purchase. But I don't want that to be for you. So yes, your house is a great asset, but you should have more. And I was trying to explain this to him, and I tried to explain to him that you can set up an account with Ameritrade, TD Ameritrade, Acorns, Robinhood, any of these accounts. And he was a little, he's 70, so he's not computer savvy or whatever, and you don't have to be. You do have to have a computer. But these accounts make it so easy for you to save and to do it automatically, and that's what it's about. It's a set it and forget it type thing. So I don't want to go on and on. I'm just super excited. I've been dragging, I don't know why, I've been dragging to restart the videos. I am super excited that I am starting again, and hopefully this one will go out this week. Don't forget, me and my best friend Mike Jerez, we also have $1 Million Food Guys. We started that back up. Mike's putting a podcast studio in his house. So we're going to go full force with this stuff. This is going to be my channel, Berruti Success. I'm going to talk about investing. I'm going to talk about, just entrepreneurship, building a business, the things that I know, the things that I've been doing for over 30 years, the things that I love doing, and the things that I'm hoping will teach you to have a better life, to plan for the future. I hope it's not too boring. I try to make it a little fun. This one's not so fun. This one's kind of, I want you to know where I was, what I've gone through. Obviously, I'm super excited. I'm cancer-free. I'm I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but I know I'm cancer-free, but I'm hoping I stay that way because nothing's guaranteed. It can come back or whatever, but for now, I'm super excited. I'm super excited. So I just wanted to say hello. I wanted to say welcome back. 2021, I'm hoping it's going to be a much better year. 2020 sucked. It's a bad year. It's not good. It's not good. And that's it. Love you guys. I hope you come back. Hope you subscribe and hit the bell and support me on this channel and on our other channel. And it's exciting. And I hope you guys come along with the trip. So thanks, and we'll see you on the next one. All right, we are good to go. Sitting down. Okay.